Take your mind back to the time when you were like a baby. You did not have any preconceived ideas, notions about the world. No labels, nothing. You did not know the word time. Did you? No. There was nothing like time. There was nothing like space. Yeah. Whenever there was some growling in the stomach, cried, mummy gave milk or food, whatever you had, it was feeding time. You did not know it is feeding time. Mama's mind said it is feeding time. When stomach was full, it was playtime. You were just playing in your little cradle. You did not know there's a difference between playtime and feeding time. But what mummy called it, the distance between two events is time. Are you seeing the perspective? Yeah. As the little baby, I do not see time. Time is nothing but the distance between two events. Playtime and feeding time is what mummy calls it. Yeah. You take the example of yesterday's meal and this morning's breakfast. Between these two events, you call it time, correct? Yeah. But this is a construct of the mind. As the baby, I did not know time. I had no idea what is time. So time is a construct. How is it constructed? Oh, from this event to this event. There is, let me fill it up with a linear line. Yeah. And that is what I call time. There's nothing but two thoughts here. The distance between two thoughts is time. Yeah. Just a simple construct. Can I ever step out of the present, of this now, go to the past event and verify it in my experience that yes, that was the past? You will say, yes, memory. Think again. Where is memory happening? Now. Memory happens in the now. So memory is not proof enough that really dinner was in the past. Do you see what I'm saying? I do not have direct experiential proof of the past or of the future. I cannot step out of the now and go to the past or go to the future. In direct experience, I only know the now, N-O-W, the now. Yeah. And really look at it from the baby's perspective, it is an eternal now. Every moment, it is only now. Again, it is just now. Again, it is just now. There is no outside of the now. Not in my experience, not in my field, my witnessing field, not in my field of awareness. I do not have proof of a past or a future. Concepts, ideas, constructs, labels, conditionings. That is what is past or future. Yeah. Let's assume we meet every day in one place where we sit and meditate together, where we discuss the knowledge. The same single space, the same single meditation room is where we enter and we leave. Does the space change? Does the space of the room change? Yes, it doesn't change. We come into the space and we leave. We come into the space and we leave. Yeah. How about looking at time like that? Time is like an eternal now. in which thoughts come in and leave, perceptions come in and leave, feelings come and leave. Yes? Now, the I thought that wants to give it a construct says that now how do I put them together? I don't see this awareness and I don't see this eternal now space. So the I thought says, okay, just let's put them in a single linear equation. Yeah. And the first thought that arose was the past, and now the thought that is there, it is present, and probably a thought that will come in the later on will be in the future. And then he puts it on this one straight line. Are you seeing this? How the mind has developed? You have to go to the level of how early man would have really constructed the concept of time. Yeah. Look at your real experience. Don't you really experience an eternal now? In that room of eternal now, a thought knocks, stays for a while and leaves, and a sensation knocks, stays for a while and leaves. The eternal now is always the eternal now. Yes. Now, can you call this eternal now time? No, we just abandoned past and future. They don't exist. Yeah? There's nothing like time. It's very simple. All you have to do is drop your conditioning. Any answer that you want from the point of view of Advaita. How do you get to that answer? You drop conditioning. Go back to the baby mind. Does the baby mind perceive it in direct experience? If it does not, what conditioning I need to drop? You'll arrive at the answer from the point of view of Advaita. Very clear? Everybody? Yeah? The second part of your question was space. How is there no space? Yeah, when I said that I am this consciousness that is projecting on a single screen every morning, I am a part of this screen. Yeah, and it is a 3D screen. So I am projecting every morning and I stop projecting at the end of the day. Yes. I have no proof if anything exists outside my projection. Does anybody have proof? No. Nobody has proof if there is a possibility of matter or a person or a situation, anything existing outside my projection. It doesn't exist. Now, from the same point of view, look at space. Space is again distance between two perceptions. We said time was a distance between two thoughts or two events. Yeah. Now space is nothing but distance between two perceptions. In front of you there is the computer. Yeah. The computer is a little away. Your physical body is a little closer. And the distance between the perception of the body and the perception of the computer is what is called space. You have no proof there is a real physical body here and a real computer there. You have no proof that this is not a waking dream. You have no proof. Yeah? Look at your direct experience. Distance between two perceptions is space. Is this very clear? Take your stand as the awareness. All this becomes very, very clear. Yeah. This physical body is just an image on that one single screen that I am lighting up and projecting every morning. That computer, the camera, the people, the room, the walls, everything is a projection. Every morning, these images light up. every night this projection stops. Between 2, 3 perceptions, 4 perceptions, 10 perceptions that I have of this room, I have assumed space. Very clear how space is also a construct of the mind? Yeah, so I do not have any proof whether time or space really exist outside my field of projection. I have no proof. These are contemplation meditations from Nisargadatta Maharaj's book, I Am That. I don't have it here right now, but Mitesh, can you show it on your screen? That's the book. Yeah, if you can see Mitesh's screen. These are meditations that I have just slowly read out that chapter very slowly in the form of a meditation. So your homework for the week is to listen. These are videos. You just turn on the video, one meditation per day for the rest of the week. Yeah, it's a list of meditations. It's a YouTube link. It will be emailed to you shortly. Yeah, that's your homework for the week. One meditation per day. It is quite heavy. If you have the book, even better. After you meditate, go back to the book and see, did I understand everything? Yeah. First round is understanding it intellectually. Second round is now exploring within. Yeah. Nisargadatta Maharaj speaks directly at the level of the witness. No stand as mind, no stand as body. Forget about it. Yeah, he directly talks from that level of awareness or the level beyond, which he calls prior to consciousness. Okay, so his teachings can sometimes seem hard to understand, but you will get them very clearly when you go hand in hand with Atmananda. Yeah? So, one meditation per day during this week. Don't do almost like a mantra, but yeah, just remind yourself. See, again, I'm projecting. That's it. And you don't have to say it to yourself in words. It's a sense that it's just an awakening. It's like waking up suddenly from a dream. Like even in the day, if you start dreaming and you wake up from the dream, it's just like waking up. That's simple. Keep it that simple. No need to put words there. But if they come up, that's also fine. Just be the witness to the words. Yeah. Again and again, take the higher stand. Take the higher stand. Do not get stuck in body and mind. Yeah. When you go into that interval, in that interval, there is no time and there is no mind. So you cannot even say the words. If you say something, you've already come to the mind. If you are repeating to yourself, there is time here, you are already out of it and into the mind. In the interval between two arisings, it's absolutely still. There's a stillness of thoughts. There might be perception, like, for example, you're watching a beautiful sunset and you're like, do you see what I'm saying? Something stops. You move into that stillness between two perceptions of the same sunset. In that stillness, there are no thoughts. In that stillness, there is no time. The moment you come out of that stillness, then you say, wow, so beautiful. This is so amazing. All the words that you formulate after coming out of that interval. Yes? So, I want you to become very, very aware of this interval between thoughts, interval between two arisings. Only if you become clear will you understand the next chapter. The next chapter is going to go over your head. It's just going to be words. Pointless. Yeah. So practice this more. It's not even practice. For lack of words, I am using the word practice. It's not practice. It's exploring my own self. My entire 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years of my life, I have been exploring the external world. I was so interested in external people, situations and things. With a turn of events, I have started exploring myself now. So I'm just exploring myself. It's a self-investigation, a self-exploration. So let's not call it practice. Yeah? Just recognizing what is. I did not manufacture the interval between two arisings. It's always been there. I was just not aware enough before. I was not interested in this direction. I was always interested outside. Now that I've become interested, let me explore this fully. The next chapter is based on the assumption that you understand the interval between two arisings. Do you get it? Yeah. Obviously, I'm not expecting you to be able to formulate fantastic sermons on the interval between two arisings. No. You just recognize that in that gap, there is this silence. I hit my nature. I am that pure consciousness. I am happiness. And I don't recognize all this when I'm in the gap. I obviously come out of the gap and then I formulate these words or this as a sense of understanding. Yeah. In the gap, there is absolute silence. And even if you experience it for 1 second, please pat yourself on the back. You have to just recognize that that's where I go again and again and again. Yeah. Last week, I just explained that in between two arisings, you go to the gap. Right? I'll take you one step deeper. Till now, your understanding was there is thought, like a train which is running very fast. Lots of thoughts, sensations, ideas, feelings, concepts, running. And somewhere you see a slowing down and you recognize the interval between two thoughts and you feel, there, that is my nature. Yeah? I'm telling you to go one step ahead and reverse this and see. It is not that there are thoughts, and in between two thoughts there is the interval where you recognize your pure nature. It is actually an ocean of awareness, a quiet space of awareness in which one thought arises, disturbing that awareness, and it goes away. Another sensation arises, it disturbs that awareness and it goes away. Another perception arises, it disturbs that awareness and it goes away. Yeah, we have to reverse it. Instead of seeing the train of thoughts and the gap or the interval between the two compartments of this train, see it the other way around. There is an awareness, a background of awareness, and there is just one arising that arises and fades away, another that arises and fades away, and another that arises and fades away. Yeah, if meditation helps slow down your mind, do meditation. Yeah, if mantra does it, do mantra. It's okay. Knowingly I am being the body now. I'm taking the stand of the body now and doing this breath or this mantra. Yeah, and can I shift to the stand of the awareness and notice the breath or the mantra? And then the mind will slow down and then see. Can I explore what Ekta was explaining? That it is a silent background of awareness which gets disturbed by the arising of a thought, which gets disturbed by the arising of a perception, which gets disturbed by the arising of a sensation. Yes? Only if you understand this can we move ahead. Otherwise, you're going to hit the glass ceiling. Yeah, in the corporate world, glass ceiling is that you can't move on to higher management. No? Just like that. In the spiritual world, the glass ceiling does not let you move on to higher Advaita. Make that effort. That is why I have shared the Nisargadatta playlist. Yeah? Every day, do one meditation, calm the mind down, and then with a calm mind, see, can I recognize this background of awareness in which there is just arising that comes and goes. You know what Atmananda says? He says, every moment to moment you go back to your awareness, because your awareness is that blue background. It's huge, it's always there. That is your nature. In that only there is an arising and it goes away. In that only there is another arising and it goes away. Means what? I am moment to moment touching my nature. Otherwise, you cannot survive a 16 to 18-hour waking day. Impossible. And why is it impossible? Because of borrowed consciousness. I've explained this before. What is borrowed consciousness? Chitta Chaya. You borrow your consciousness during the deep sleep state. In the deep sleep state, what is happening? Your body and mind is getting recharged. Yeah, and this is a different kind of device. It doesn't work while it's charging. That is why in deep sleep state, you do not remember anything. You do not have any memory of deep sleep state. Yeah, it's a special device. While charging, it does not work. Yeah, when the charge is done, yeah, then you have these hazy kind of, it's starting up, how your computer is starting up, it's not clearly started up. Then you have these hazy kind of dreams, hazy arisings, which are not very clear, you cannot see anything. Yeah, a hazy arising, and then slowly you move into your waking state where you're completely charged. But remember, it is borrowed consciousness, it is not something that you own. You borrow money from the bank, that money is going to last only a certain amount of time. At the end of the time, you're going to exhaust that borrowed money. You can borrow consciousness at the body and the mind level only for 16 to 18 to 20 hours. Yeah, after that, it's like low battery, alert, alert, you need to sleep. Do you understand that? So, because of borrowed consciousness, the mind cannot really function on its own all the time. These thoughts that arise and fall, there has to be that interval where I go back to my nature. There has to be that interval. So Atmananda says, recognize these intervals. In fact, they are not intervals of me going to the nature, it's the other way around. The intervals are of thoughts and perceptions and arisings. Most of the time, you are your nature, consciousness, awareness, witness. Yeah. The mistake that most of the people on the spiritual path make is they confuse awareness with alertness of the mind. Alertness of the mind is looking through the peephole. Awareness is like that floodlight which is beyond. Yeah. We are not doing any spotlight. We are the floodlight. The awareness is the floodlight. So recognize that you are the floodlight. This is possible to recognize experientially. This is not theory. If you do it as theory, you will not be able to proceed forward. Very clear?